Area 210, where the dreams don't fade. From the river walk nights to the Alamo shade, we rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210, oh, it's the life that we chose.
Yeah, we're rising together on a victory Thursday for Spurs fans out there as our silver and black. How did you say it, Joe? You texted me this yesterday. I want to get this phrase correct, okay? What did the Spurs do last night?
They put the belt to the ass of the Grizzlies early, man. Belt to ass, bro. BTA.
I didn't want to say it wrong, man. They put belt to ass last night. They ran another team out of their own gym. The Grizzlies got their asses handed to them. What was it? By 25 points, 123-98. The game was over in a hurry.
Yeah.
3 minutes into the game, they were already up double digits. Halfway through the first quarter, up 20. It was an ass whipping of epic proportions. Wemby knocks down a three-pointer and then says, "See you guys. I'll see you on the next game." Wemby had himself a big game last night, making his case for MVP. By the way, I checked the FanDuel and DraftKings sportsbooks, Joe. Guess what? Yeah. Wemby's back at second in the MVP race when it comes to it all. Now at 10-1 odds, Joe. He went from 20 when we first started talking about it, some way down to 30 somehow, then raised right back up to 10-1 alongside Luka Dončić, and they're catching up to SGA. By the way, Oklahoma City lost yesterday to the Boston Celtics. We're going to get into a conversation piece involving Draymond Green. I know Spurs fans hate Draymond Green because historically he's just been that loudmouth of the Golden State Warriors. Yes, he's a future Hall of Famer, and yes, he rode the coattails of Klay Thompson and Steph Curry and Kevin Durant. I get that. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's also one of the best defenders in the NBA the past 15 years. But Draymond Green loves him some Wemby. Make no mistake. He hypes up Wemby. Even when Wemby struggles, and even when Wemby struggled last year and his rookie campaign, who was on his side, never wavering, was Draymond Green. So Draymond Green at a post-game press conference last night, was asked about Wemby making the case for him being MVP. The epic rant that Draymond Green went on was lovely. It was art. It was art. It was poetry was what he did.
What did they say? Cinema.
It was cinema. Okay, so he's asked the question, what do you think about Wemby stating his case for MVP? Draymond Green, future Hall of Famer, also a podcaster himself, went on a 4-minute rant. I don't know how much we're going to play of this, but it starts with the question being asked. And look, just like Wemby answered the question, Draymond answered the question. And look how he defends Wemby when it comes to it all.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and play this.
Like Wemby the other day was really kind of vocal about his MVP case. You're a guy in the past who's been, has vocalized your own case. I'm just curious how you took that, just like his willingness to come out.
I hated it, and I absolutely loved it. And the reason is because the reason I hated it is because until Wemby said defense is 50% of the game, it was like, oh man, no one realized that, right? Like no one realized that 50% of the game we play is on that end of the floor. So he comes out and makes this profound ass statement, and it's like, oh, of course it is. And everybody's like, oh man, he has a great point. Hello? You think? So I hated it because he had to do that for that to then be said. All of a sudden you turn on the TV and everybody's like, actually, maybe Wemby is the MVP. And I can agree with that. Maybe he is. But the fact that he has to come out and remind people, hey, y'all see what I do over there? It's like an indictment on the game of basketball. And everybody, talk all of this stuff about, oh man, you gotta play both sides, and everybody wanna crush Luka Dončić when Luka doesn't live up to the standard of defense. But we got this guy defending entire teams, and no one took it into account until he said, well, number one, defense is 50% of the game. I wanna give him so much credit for such a profound statement, but honestly, was it really that profound? But it's so true. And yet it took for him to say that for everybody to say, oh man, he's right about that. And so that's, that's a little bit of it. And yet we still, I love what he said.
All right. So he loved what he said, Mike. I can't hear you, Mike. There you go. Now I can hear you.
What a great rant by Draymond Green after the game last night. And the way that he said it, that he said that Wemby was so profound in how he was stating his case that it made you think to yourself, why wasn't this the case before? Now, I'm seeing some arguments to Draymond Green online right now and on social media and on these, national TV shows like Get Up and all that stuff, where they're saying, hey, they have an award already for defense. It's called the Defensive Player of the Year. So does that mean the MVP is the Offensive Player of the Year? Because that's kind of what it's been, right? It's been James Harden, not James Harden, Russell Westbrook getting a triple-double. It's been Nikola Jokic. It's been who can put up the most offensive stats. And Draymond Green's going, I cannot believe Wemby brought up the point that defense should be brought part of the whole mix when it comes to the MVP award. Not just a tiebreaker, but you have to look at it and go, wow, Luka Dončić, yeah, he's great offensively, but he sucks at defense. Steve Nash was a hell of a point guard. Guess what he couldn't do, Joe? Couldn't play D. He couldn't play D. And SGA has these defensive stats, which are really good. They make him sound like he's elite, but he never guards a good player. That's Dort's job. That's Caruso's job. So SGA is not out there guarding Steph Castle. He's not out there guarding Cade Cunningham. He's not out there guarding Jaylen Brown. They hide SGA, and his defensive numbers look better than what they should be because they hide him. So you look at this profound statement that Draymond Green said that Wemby had, and it's changing the narrative of what the MVP award would be. Is it really an offensive award? No different than the MVP award is in the NFL, where it's a quarterback's award? Or should defense be considered part of the equation when it comes to it all?
I think it should be a part of the equation. You're looking at what Wemby's done so far, right? And you hear players talking about him, and you hear journalists, you hear people in the media talking about Wemby and the impact that he has on the game of basketball. And not only is he basically going out there and playing defense on a whole team at times by himself inside the paint because of his length, right? He's able to go ahead and play offense on the other end and knock down threes, look generational, go out there and get some amazing dunks as of late too. He's playing both ends of the court. He has a high basketball IQ. He's got this team, the San Antonio Spurs, as one of the hottest teams in the NBA. And I think people are starting to take notice because not only does he do all these things that are amazing on the court, but the way that he speaks to the media, and what did I say, Mike? He's polarizing.
He is.
He's polarizing.
He's becoming that.
Yeah. So he's interesting. He's an interesting guy, So the media's taking note and they're like, Mira Wemby. They like what he has to say because he gives them gold. He gives you great sound bites. He gives you great clips. And what does that do? It gets you more views on social media, right? It's good for traffic, good for business. So what is Wemby? Not only is Wemby good for the game of basketball, he's good for business as far as their social media is concerned for sports journalists.
Now, Felix Ayala reaches out to us in our chat, powered by PF Chang's Like That. We're also sponsored by the Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. Says, Victor is the Defensive Player of the Year by such a crazy margin that he's also the MVP. That it's not because he plays really good defense. It's because his defense is so much better than everyone else. Last night, 7 blocks, Joe.
Yeah.
7.
It's a lot.
And that's not including the shots that he altered. He blocked a 3-point attempt, Joe, from the free throw line. So it comes into play because he's that. But offensively, he's averaging 24.2 points per game, which is great. I mean, that's a good number of points to have. But you look back at it, Joe, the last few MVPs have been averaging 30 points or higher. SGA, Nikola Jokic, with a near triple-double or a triple-double for the season. And you have to look back in time since the year 2000. How many times has somebody averaged 24.2 points or less and won the MVP award? The last time that happened was in 2015. Steph Curry won the MVP award despite averaging only 23.8 points per game. A decade before that, Steve Nash won back-to-back MVP awards, averaging 18 points and 15.5. There was a year in 2003 when Tim Duncan won the MVP award, averaging 23.3. And the year after that, in 2004, Kevin Garnett also won the MVP award. He, like Wemby does right now, averaged 24.2 points per game. So in the last 25 years, Joe, there's only been 5 instances where someone averaged 24.2 points or less and won the MVP, one of them being Duncan. So it's not unheard of. It's not like he's Rudy Gobert, right? It's not like it's one of those things where he's just so great on defense, but he's averaging 16 points per game or 15 points per game. He's averaging 24 points per game, and his per 36 is just as high as a lot of these other guys because he doesn't play 36 minutes per game.
Yeah.
He's a guy that averages 29 minutes per game.
Mike, he's better than Gobert because he can actually shoot the ball. You know, Rudy Gobert's just a one-trick pony. He's going to be inside the paint. He'll get you a couple blocks, kind of be an enforcer on the, right there protecting the rim. But beyond that, can you count on him to knock down consistent jumpers, go to the line and knock down 2 free throws? Absolutely not.
No.
And
Wemby shooting 35% from 3 is a big deal. His averages have gotten up so that you can kind of rely on him to do that. But the idea that Wemby is now lobbying for this award, he's answering questions. One thing that Wemby is not doing is he's not starting the press conference by saying, okay, here's why I'm the MVP. People are reaching out to him and asking him that question. Now, I don't know if there's ever been an MVP that had never played a playoff game. But here's the thing. People are like, well, he's never been in a playoff game. It's a regular season award. It's a regular season award. What does that have to do with his playoff history or lack thereof? It's a regular season award for now. It's not, and it shouldn't be, Joe. You see this at the Oscars all the time, sometimes at the Grammys, where it's a Lifetime Achievement Award. They weren't the best album or the best song. That wasn't the best movie. But you know what? That person had never won it before, and we're going to give them that award anyway. Or we have fatigue, and Karl Malone's going to win the MVP when we all really know that Michael Jordan's the best player in the league. That's what could happen. But I think Wemby's changing the narrative a little bit because he is so great defensively that, on a scale of 1 through 10 offensively, he's like an 8. But defensively, scale of 1 through 10, he's a 30.
yeah.
And that's why Jaylen Brown of the Celtics came out and said what? He goes, I'm the best two-way player in the entire NBA. That's human. That guy's an alien.
Yeah.
And now the odds are now 10-1 odds, creeping up the ladder. And I see these commentators saying, well, you know what? He's not the best player on the best team because the best team is Oklahoma City. Well, guess who lost last night? OKC. Spurs now within 2 games. So you're saying there's a chance. And if the Spurs somehow tied Oklahoma City and got the 1 seed,
yeah,
it's a wrap. It's an absolute wrap. There's no argument that can be made at that point. And I don't even think an argument can be made if SGA and OKC are only a game ahead of the Spurs. They were supposed to be the 1 seed. They're the defending champions. The Spurs were supposed to be what? Somewhere between 7 and 11? I don't know, man. I'm looking at it. I'm thinking to myself, the Spurs are turning heads. And I think that he has a tailwind where people are now getting in on support. And by the way, Steph Castle yesterday was taking paint off the rim.
Toma.
Oh my God. Just
look
on
at that
repeat.
stare down. Look at the stare down, Mike. Toma is what he said. Look at him.
Courtesy of
he
FanDuel.
looks at him.
Courtesy of FanDuel. The whole Gigi Jackson incident last night was interesting. Did you see that, Joe?
Yeah, I saw that. That was I don't know, man.
So Gigi Jackson dunked on Wemby. Very few people get over a 7'4" guy like Wemby.
Yeah.
But Wemby paid him back. Wemby on the very next play got a dunk on Gigi Jackson, dunked on his ass, and laughed. That is what I love about the Spurs, man, is that even when they get dunked on or blocked or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
It's like, whatever, man. Let's go on to the next play.
He said, "Got him."
Got him.
This is
Oh, yeah,
it
there's
here.
GG Jackson right there. Courtesy
So
of
this is
FanDuel.
let's listen to it. Let's listen to it because this one was interesting.
4 of 5 from distance. GG Jackson. Holy cow.
Wemby came to help, but the help wasn't there quick enough. It's bad intentions. Put him on a poster.
Wembanyama thought about the 3. He will drive and pack one himself.
Right back at you. I love it. I love
And Wemby's
Oh, my.
laughing. Wemby's just laughing the entire way down the court. Like, got him.
Yeah, got him. That's what Wemby said. Got him.
Wemby's the best thing that's ever happened to the NBA in the past 20 years, man. The reign of LeBron James is over. Just,
You know
ethical
what?
basketball.
You know what Wemby said to Jaren Jackson Jr.? Cry harder, ho. That's what he said to him. Look at this. We got an incoming super chat.
Was that
There we
Shaggy?
go. Yeah. No, I hit the
This
button.
has-
2 buttons.
Says, happy opening day to you and yours. It's baseball opening day, man.
Baseball opening day. Red Sox, Astros get underway.
How many games
There's
do
a
you
lot
go
of
to this year,
teams.
Joe?
To what? The World Series?
Yeah. Oh, no, just any baseball game. Rangers, Astros.
Oh yeah. I wanted to go to an Astros game. I'll probably go out there and check out an Astros game with you and Chica. That's my
Nice.
plan. It's like we all go together and go see a game. Maybe we'll go and see if they play like the what do you call it, like the Rangers, or they play like the Boston Red Sox. Because I'm a Boston Red Sox fan, I'll go out there and watch it. You know.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, I want to watch. I want to watch at least 3 games this year. I'd like to go to one Rangers game and at least a couple of Astros games. I'm looking right now, Joe. Did you know the NBA Finals start on June 3rd, and that my honeymoon starts on June 4th?
Jeez.
Oh my God, man! I'm gonna miss 5 of the 7 games. I'm looking at it right now. It starts at 7th, so I'll watch game 1 and game 2. But somehow I'm gonna have to watch these games at 3 in the morning over there in Italy when the Spurs are in the finals. Be doing the show from the gondolas over there in the canals on the boat. Hey, baby, I'm just doing the show. Just doing the show.
The gondolas. Oh God, you're gonna be over in. The thing is when you go over there and you go to Venice, Italy. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't know. If you go in the summertime, that place stinks, bro. That water dirty. It's nasty.
It's not caca
It's
water.
nasty.
man.
It's caca water, bro. It is
Yeah,
caca water.
it's
And they
a-
make it look romantic in the gondola, and you're over there going through raw sewage, smelling like 2 packs of ass and shit. Oh, come on, man. How is that romantic, dude?
Now, when I was
That's
20 years
nasty.
old, I went to France, and France wasn't all that, man. So I'm excited about Spain and Italy. So it's France, Spain, and Italy for our honeymoon.
Spain
We leave
actually
on
has
June
some.
7th.
Spain actually has some really good food there, Mike, and the people eat really good out there. It's kind of like good food. It's healthy for you, and they
Yeah.
drink a lot of wine. So you got to get used to that. They drink a lot of wine.
They got to get the pasta going, baby. JHNSB
Yeah.
asking the question, Joe, are you going to watch the finals during the No Jimenez Beach Bash? By the way, the fact that you call it that, it's kind of sad, dude. That's mean.
You're not gonna be here. That's why. Because we're rolling with it. Because Sean, because you weren't here for the Super Bowl, so we called it the No Jimenez Super Bowl.
Yeah,
And now because you're gonna be gone again, we're calling it the No Jimenez Beach Bash.
that's funny.
If you were
So-
here, we'd say the Jimenez Beach Bash.
Now, I know last night there was no John Morant,
Yeah.
but there I am watching the game. I'm at Las Palapas last night, watching the first half. They have a big screen right in front of us. And I'm asking myself the question, there was no De'Aaron Fox, there was no Luke Cornett. Are the Spurs really that good? Or was Memphis that bad? For it to start out the way that it was, 22-4, 17-0 run, and be up by 20 points midway through the first quarter. Was it the Spurs really being that good? Because it looked as though the varsity squad was playing a freshman team.
It's like an exhibition game. I mean, the Memphis Grizzlies are really that bad, but more importantly, the Spurs are that good.
Like
I
how
mean,
many
that
of
was
those
an
Memphis
incredible
players
dunk.
would have significant minutes with the Spurs?
Not very many of them.
I mean,
But I'm saying that
I like Gigi Jackson's game, by the way. I
Yeah.
was a big fan of his in college. He's a young player when he was the youngest person drafted that year. I like Gigi Jackson, but he wouldn't stiff the court with the Spurs.
No, man. I mean, they would have probably put him in the G League. He wouldn't sniff the court. He wouldn't get any minutes. But it just shows you how deep the Spurs team is. You know, like even not at full strength, they were able to just easily dismantle the Grizzlies, which they should have. You know, the
Right.
Grizzlies are just not a good team at all. At all. They're bad.
Now I know a lot of teams are tanking right now, and I understand that that's an issue. But the Grizzlies are kind of in a strange place when it comes to it all because they can't get a top 3 or 4 spot because they already have 24 wins.
Yeah.
You know, the teams that are Indiana, Brooklyn, and Washington, Sacramento have 16, 17, 19 wins. They're not going to catch up to them. So Memphis has no reason to win, no reason to lose either. You know, they're pretty much stuck at that 6-7 position going into the draft, 6, 7, 8. So there's no wiggle room that they have. They can't somehow make a top 3, spot if they lose out. So it's kind of a weird thing. JHNSB reminded us that City Sissoko was drafted by the Spurs instead of Gigi Jackson. I wanted Gigi Jackson. If you remember back in the Sports Star days, I was talking about Gigi Jackson a lot when he was in college.
And where is City Sissoko now?
Gone.
What's
but he's
his
actually
name?
Playing well.
Gone.
He's playing well. He's
Yeah,
got
but he's
himself
gone.
an NBA career.
No, he's going to be a role
He's
player.
got himself an NBA career. He's going to have a long NBA career. The one that might not, or the number 10.
He who shall not be named.
Why can't we say his name, Joe?
Because you talk about him all the time, Mike. He gone. He's like the dog you let run out of the yard. You don't want him back no more. And he ran and he found another home. And you still talk about that damn dog every day. He gone. What's the dog's name again? Gone.
Joe, do you know that the number 10 has only missed 1 shot this entire month?
Yeah, but how many shots has he taken? 3?
Exactly. And how many have been non-dunks?
Yeah.
That dude is averaging about 1.5 per game the month of March. God, how bad he's fallen. His name is so long. That's what Big Sean Petey says. Myra reaches out says it's like an X you keep talking about. It's not that it's not that it's like I want that one. It's not like that song, Baby Come Back.
Baby, come
You
back.
could blame it all on me. I was wrong. No, it's not that. It's just like it's more of the embarrassment factor. Maybe we all have that X where people point out the fact that that you were too good for them. Like, what the hell were you doing?
Oh my
And it's
God.
not like you're wanting them back. You're like, why did I date that person? That's what number 10 is. Number 10 is why do we fall in love with that guy? Like all the red flags were there. Oh, you know what? He can't shoot. He can't play. He can't dribble.
They
He can't
liked him
pass
because
very
his
well.
hair looked like a damn raspa, dude. He looked like a snow cone.
He wasn't even a starter on his college team. Oh, let's go ahead and draft him number 9.
No,
all the
bro.
red flags were there, man.
He was the great value version of Dennis Rodman. Come on. That's ghetto, dude.
Great value
No.
version. I hear the
Great
TV
value.
version, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
I got that one from Myra. Myra's crazy, dude.
It used to be the Hill Country Fair one, right? And then people realized, well, wait a minute, Hill Country Fair is actually pretty good.
Great value. And we got some incoming super chats we got to address. Let's go ahead and get this one that's coming up here. Well, it hasn't shown up yet, but it will here in a couple minutes.
Very nice. No, Joe, but I was watching that game and asked myself the question, are the Spurs really that good? And I looked at it, and just athletically, from Castle to Harper to Wemby, they are that good. And it's amazing the team that has formed together. And this is where Brian Wright gets his flowers. Brian Wright's the luckiest GM in the world, right? He's the luckiest GM in the world in the fact that he landed back-to-back lottery picks off of tanking. That ended up being Harper, Castle, and Wemby. But it's the other moves. It's the Harrison Barnes. It's the Luke Cornett. It's De'Aaron Fox. It's getting these other guys along the way that have really cemented what this team is, man, because they got the veteran leadership that they need to make this run. This is the first time ever, Joe, where we're seeing a team that hasn't been in the playoffs simply be a team that you look at and think to yourself, they have what it takes. Why not them? Oklahoma City was the youngest team in the NBA last year. They won the chip. So why not the Spurs this year? And Keldon Johnson, I'm so proud of, man. Keldon is playing the best ball he's ever played his entire career. I know he had a year where he averaged over 20 points per game, but he's playing a hell of a season this year. Coming in, you can count on him, man. 14 points every time. Every time. 14, 20 points.
Lerma coming stepping up to you like he's some type of G, bro. Come on. Look at the super chat that came in from Lerma.
Money talk.
Thank you, Matt, for the $5 super chat.
He says, Mike, I'm going to have to go Will Smith at the Oscars on you when you keep Sohan's name out.
Out your mouth.
Keep Sohan's name out your effing mouth. Oh, he wants the chocolate. He paid for the chocolate.
He paid for the chocolate. He gets the chocolate for you.
Gave SGA a taste of his own medicine yesterday. They were deploying the same tactics that SGA does to be a free throw merchant yesterday. Like the student became the master at some point. Jaylen Brown having himself a game as Boston beat OKC yesterday. OKC's 12-game winning streak is now over. They're 57-16. The Spurs are 55-18. Let's do some math. The worst the Spurs can be is what, 55-27, right? So with yesterday's win, the Spurs clinched home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. The magic number is now 1 to host 2 rounds of the playoffs. And that essentially means clinch the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. Spurs 2 games behind OKC. LA is 8 games behind the Spurs for that 3 spot. And then you have Denver at 4, Minnesota at 5, Houston at 6. Dude, that Houston team, please give us Houston. Somehow, some way.
That depleted Houston team.
They are just dragging ass, limping into the playoffs right now. Lost 6 of the last 10 games. They have no direction, no point guard. Just give us some Houston, please. But Joe, I'm not saying that we're going to catch OKC, but getting to 2 games, I'm not going to question why the Spurs load managed Wemby a couple of weeks ago. You know, where the Spurs lost that game, where they gave that game away to Denver. Now, the Spurs were up in that game, late in that game. They were up by 20 at some points. The Spurs could have and should have won that game. But a little bit of Wemby on that game could have been the deciding factor. And it'd be great to say we're 1 game away from them. Imagine the pressure that they would have, OKC would have at that point, like looking over the shoulder and going,
yeah,
the Spurs are still here. But you know what the Spurs are right now, Joe? We like giving Rocky metaphors. They're getting stronger.
Yeah.
Rocky 4, Drago looking over at Rocky, going, you know, knocking Rocky down. Then he keeps getting up and he goes, "That's not a man, that's a machine."
The machine.
And that's the Spurs. That's not a man, that's an alien. Good times to be a Spurs fan right now, man.
Oh, man, it is a good time to be a Spurs fan right now. Everything's going our way, you know, but like I said, you got to just enjoy the ride for what it is. Regardless of what happens in the playoffs, they get knocked out of the first round. They move on to the second
they're not
round.
going to get out of the first
No,
round.
I'm just saying, Mike. I'm just saying, whatever happens, just enjoy the ride for what it is. You know, let them go as far as they can go this season. They surprise us all and they go all the way to the finals. So be it. But I'm just not going to have expectations for them. Oh, they're going to get knocked out of the first. They're going to get, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy it, dude. I'm going to go and enjoy it, watch a game, maybe buy some Spurs tickets because they are going to be going on sale here shortly in April.
Spurs have 2 lottery-bound teams up next. So the Spurs have some time off. Off today, off tomorrow. So they've got 2 full days of rest. They don't play again until Saturday afternoon on the road. It's going to be an Amazon Prime game against the Milwaukee Bucks, 2 p.m. on Saturday. If you don't have Amazon Prime, just ask Joe. He'll give you his user ID and log in.
No, bro, that's for the
Log
poors,
in,
man.
user ID and password.
That's for the poors, bro.
Then the Spurs on Monday have the the Bulls. And then on the 1st and 2nd of April, on the road against Golden State and then the LA Clippers. Again, these are 2 lottery-bound teams and 2 play-in teams that they're playing. God, Joe, we might be, Joe, at 60 wins at that point.
Jeez. Imagine.
That's crazy.
That's crazy number, man. We said, Mike, and I remember at the beginning of the season, now we look like a bunch of idiots. What did we say? They're going to be like maybe 35 to 40, 42 wins.
I said 46.
Could be their ceiling.
I said 46 and 36. I said their ceiling was 50.
Anything higher than that would be exceeding expectations. They'd probably be the 6th seed, playing in the, going into the play-in tourney, and they're higher than that, exceeding expectations. Well, they far exceeded expectations at number 2, closing in on OKC, who lost yesterday. So that actually puts the Spurs at what now? 2 games behind OKC to claim that top spot in the West.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad place to be. I'm going to go ahead and show the latest standings, by the way, too, the graphic, courtesy of NBA.
Yeah, another team that won yesterday as pointed out on our chat powered by PF Chang's La Cantera, as Hyman points out, in the Eastern Conference, the Hawks won yet again in overtime last night. That team just keeps winning, man. They beat the Pistons 130 to 129. They are one of the hottest teams in the NBA alongside the Spurs and OKC Thunder. But what happened with yesterday's win is that it moved OKC up in the standings yet again to the point, Joe, where they're now the 5 seed in the Eastern Conference. They went from being lottery bound to now a 5 seed after winning 9 out of the last 10 games. They leapfrogged over Toronto. They leapfrogged over Philadelphia overnight. Now the 5 seed. That pick that we're going to get from Atlanta as far as a swap is concerned is going to be now in the 20s when it's all said and done, more than likely. But we're looking at the standings right now. OKC number 1 at 57 and 16 record. Spurs just 2 games behind, and then it's a big drop down to the Lakers, who are 10 games behind OKC at 47 and 26. You see, it's still bunched up there. Number 3, 4, 5, and 6 still for position. Denver plays the Spurs twice, and they play Oklahoma City twice down the stretch. So they have the hardest of the schedules. They could fall easily down to the 6th spot when it's all said and done. Phoenix, I don't think they have it in them, Joe, to make a run for that 6th spot. I think we're pretty locked into it all. I think we're locked into all the spots. We know who the play-in teams are going to be. It's going to be the first play-in game. Well, actually, we don't know what's going to be with the Clippers and the Portland Trailblazers. That number 8 and 9 is in flux. But we're looking at it right now. We know the 6 teams that are going to be in the playoffs, top 6 in the Western Conference. Phoenix ain't going to catch them. Clippers aren't going to catch them. So it's just who's going to be the 3 spot. It's looking more and more like the Lakers, man. The Lakers had won 9 in a row before losing their last game. Denver has a really, really tough schedule. Minnesota beat Houston in a dramatic game. Houston's just rudderless right now. Joe, it's stacking up right now where it's a 3-team race for the Western Conference supremacy when it's all said and done. It used to be like, man, any of these 6 teams could get it. But no, dude, Houston's not going to do any damage in the playoffs. Minnesota's not going to do damage in the playoffs either. And to some extent, Joe, Denver's not healthy enough to make any damage in the playoffs.
And the Lakers are fool's gold, man. They're number 3 right now, but the problem with them is they're just not a deep team. Beyond Luka and LeBron, they don't have enough weapons to contend with another team for 7 games. They're going to just run out of gas.
They need Luka and LeBron and LaRavia and Austin Reeves just go off.
Hashimura,
I mean, they've got some good players, and in any given game they can win, but can they win 4 out of 7 against Spurs? 4 out of 7 against OKC. I saw these podcasters that are part of, like, how we're part of Spurs Twitter. It's like Lakers Twitter the other day. And they were feeling themselves. They were like, man, we've won 9 in a row. Are we afraid of the Rockets? No. Are we afraid of the Nuggets? No. Are we afraid of T-Wolves? No. Are we afraid of the Spurs? And they all went, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, yeah. That team's got us. We're not built for that roster right there.
We're not afraid of the other guys, but the Spurs, no.
But isn't that a Spurs way to, like, crap all over LeBron James? Yeah. Wouldn't that be the greatest thing? Wouldn't that be the great storybook ending of LeBron James he might play next year. I don't know.
He shouldn't.
But let's say this is last season. Wouldn't it be just perfect for him to go out, the nail in the coffin to be Wemby shuts down LeBron?
Retires his
And
ass.
LeBron plays his last game at the Frost Bank Center, the same place where he cramped up during the NBA Finals and couldn't go on.
And then the AC doesn't work again. Make it happen.
Let's just do it again.
We got some incoming super chats we got to address before they get buried.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Incoming from Mario Cavazos, $4.99. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, he says, never thought this would be hard to answer. At this point, what is the team's weakness? I'm not seeing one. The only weakness is experience in the playoffs for a lot of their big players. You know, Wemby, Castle, Harper, Keldon, Vassell have never played a playoff game.
Yeah, you were reading Sam Salinas, so we have to give him some love.
Oh, Sam Salinas. I'm sorry.
Sam Salinas, you were reading his super chat.
Sorry
And you were
about that.
talking about, thank you again for the $4.99 super chat, Sam. He says, never thought this would be hard to answer at this point. What is the team's weakness? I'm not seeing one. You know what the team's weakness is? It's going to be how well are they going to play in that half-court set? That's their weakness, because in order to take away or to level the playing field, right, against the Spurs have speed, youth, athleticism. They got guys that can create their own shot. The one thing that the Spurs kind of have trouble with is when you put them into a half-court set and they can't go ahead and use their explosiveness, right? So you go ahead and make them a jump shooting team. You force them to make jump shots because you're playing zone. And then they're going to have trouble breaking the zone because maybe their shots aren't falling. They're out of rhythm. You're closing off their passing lanes. You're not letting them play a lot of ISO ball. They can't really pass the ball around the perimeter because they're being guarded. They're going to have to make adjustments. Somebody's going to have to step at that point. The only way that you can combat the zone is you got to start knocking down your shots or going to the free throw line. You got to get the ball to Wemby. Get him the ball to Wemby inside the paint. Let him draw the defenders in, and somebody will go ahead and be open because the spacing's going to be there for them. But you have to learn how to adjust. And I think that's their weakness right now, is that right now they're looking great in this regular season, but when teams really start to press them in that half-court set, you can see that they have a little bit of trouble with that. And my biggest fear is they go through a drought, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. In the NBA playoffs, that's a recipe for disaster. I just hope that they've learned from their mistakes and they're poised to go ahead and make a deep playoff run.
I like what you had to say there. I don't agree with all of it, though, because the idea that it has to go to a half-court set because that's just the way that NBA playoffs are done.
It slows the game down.
It slows the game down for teams that are slow.
Yes.
Like I look at teams in the past, whether it have been the Clippers back in the day or the 7 seconds or less Suns, that still pushed up tempo during the offensive setups, right? They were so fast that the other teams couldn't keep up when it comes to it all. I don't see how Castle and Harper and Fox are going to be broken down into half-court setups. I don't see it because they're too fast. They're
You
too
take
strong.
away their spacing.
Well, but they're too
They
fast.
can't dunk if they don't have the ball, Mike.
But they're too fast. The game doesn't change that much. I mean, I know like in the NFL, the game changes because it gets cold and you have to run the ball and stuff like that. The dynamics don't change. I look at the Spurs team. What makes it different, though, and this is why I'm optimistic that the Spurs style of play can continue in the postseason the way it does in the regular season. The Spurs aren't just fast. We know that they're fast. We know Harper, Castle, and Fox and Wemby are fast. But when it comes to those guards and Keldon and Vassell, they're also strong. Like Castle is a tank. Keldon Johnson is like Miley Cyrus coming in like a wrecking ball. This isn't like scrawny fast guys. This isn't Reed Shepherd coming around the corner where you can just like muscle up. Try to muscle up Harper. Try to muscle up Castle. You can't move them. They are fast tanks out there. They're not just these scrawny players that, we're just going to push them around. Wemby's the one that you could potentially move around. But guess what? He's been dealing with it all year. I think that it's going to be a lot of run and gun during the playoffs. I don't think that half-court set's going to be as much of a problem. And even if you played zone, the way that you play zone is you make some threes, right? But beyond that, Joe, You gonna play zone? Wemby's just if Wemby doesn't have a dedicated person on him, he's just gonna meander his way into the lane. And that's the one place you don't want to have Wemby is in the lane. But the Spurs right now are looking good. Just stay healthy, knocking on wood again. Just stay healthy. And they're not afraid of Oklahoma City. That's the thing. They're not afraid of them.
Yeah, we do have some incoming super chats.
Oh, yeah, Mario Cavazos was one of them.
We have Caps. Caps 210. Thank you so much for your super chat. We appreciate you.
He says, can y'all watch Rob Parker hating on FS1 when he went off on Wemby?
Okay, we'll go ahead and have to pull that up then. I'll go ahead and look for that during a break. We'll pull the information. And we got another incoming super chat from Matt Lerma. Thank you, Matt.
The Spurs are going to win it all. Go Spurs, go. Matt, thank you for the support. You remind me of that scene from Major League. There's only one thing left to do. Win the whole fucking thing. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
If the Spurs were there with that one cardboard cutout, they've been pulling the pieces off ever since February 1, man. Game after game after game. We have a super chat from Mario Cavazos that I didn't read earlier.
Let me go back
when my screen refreshed. Money talks, baby. Back.
Mario Cavazos. Oh yeah, okay.
Money talks.
Was this the one?
Yeah, my page refreshed and I had accidentally read Sam's first. Says a year ago, it was talk as to who the Spurs were possibly going to draft with a top pick. Now, my friends, those days are over. Boom, into Spurs. Thank you so much, Mario, for the support. Isn't that weird that the Spurs reloaded over the course of the last 3 years? And it's not just talent. They brought up the fact that the Spurs have 3 McDonald's All-Americans over there.
They do.
Like Castle, Harper, and Fox. And you throw in Wemby, this generational guy, this defensive juggernaut. It's interesting to see what's going on when it comes to this team and what's going to happen in the future. It's not whether Wemby's going to win a ring. If he stays healthy, it's when is he going to win a ring, and can it be as early as this year? And where does this register among the great Spurs teams? I had that debate with you yesterday at the end of the show. And I had that debate with my mom last night. We were at Las Palapas watching the Spurs play, and they're up by 20 points halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, this seems better than the 2014 Spurs.
No, they're not.
If the 2014 Spurs got on the basketball court and our 2026 Spurs got on the basketball court and they were able to play each other, this 2026 team would win in 5. Gentlemen's sweep.
You think so?
It would win in 5. And she goes, oh no, that team had Duncan. I was like, no, they had 30-some-odd-year-old Duncan. They didn't have prime Duncan. They didn't even have prime Parker. That
or Ginobili.
It didn't have prime. The third highest scoring person was Marco Bellinelli.
No, you know who was a real catalyst for that team was the one that propelled them to go ahead and win that championship in 2014 against the Heat. The X factor for the Spurs was the Deuce, Kawhi Leonard, man. Without him, I don't know if they would have dispatched the Heat as easily because the Heat did not have an answer for Kawhi. They were throwing everything they could at Kawhi. They just couldn't. They didn't have an answer. They just couldn't guard him. Kawhi was going off. Kawhi was having a great game, great two-way player, getting steals. He was turning defense into offense for the Spurs, and not only that, but the Spurs were clicking, firing on all cylinders, Mike. They weren't the fastest or the most athletic, but they were the best team out there in the NBA Finals. They were a well-oiled machine, like you like to say, Mike.
Yeah. Well, by the way, I like this comment Jason Garcia made. He says that we have to go back and read the super chat from Matt Lerma because anytime he does a super chat, Joe, he wants you to read it in the Matt Lerma voice.
Oh, so,
no. Joe, we got to go. We got extra. No. I think we got to do it once, man.
No, that costs extra.
Joe, come on, Joe, do it for me. The last
one.
What
is he saying? He didn't say
the Spurs are going to win it all. Go Spurs, go. We got to hear that in your Matt Lerma voice, Joe.
Where did he put it? I don't see it.
No, the $5 super chat that Matt Lerma had a few minutes ago. The Spurs are going to win it all. Go Spurs, go. We just want to hear you say that in a Matt Lerma voice, Joe.
No.
Joe, come on, man.
That's $10.
I'll do it then.
I'll do it. So what do you want me to rate? Go Spurs, go.
The Spurs are going to win it all. Go Spurs, go.
I'm looking for it right now. Okay, here we go. There it is. All right, you ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
This is from Matt Lerma, or for Matt Lerma. Spurs are gonna win it all. Go Spurs, go! I'm still here, John.
Keep my name off your effing mouth.
Oh my God, the Matt Lerma voice. Everybody still loves the Matt Lerma voice.
That's so funny.
We got to bring that back for the playoffs, man.
Okay, so Mario Cavazza says that's why they got to pass the ball 7 times before they took a shot like last night. Okay, that reminds me of the movie Hoosiers.
Yeah.
I saw Hoosiers the other night for the first time in like 10 years. And I was in Miami with Chica. Chica had already gone to bed, so I'm just kind of flipping through TV. Normally I go to watch Dateline before I go to bed, or I watch some true crime before going to bed, Forensic Files, something like that. But they didn't. That cable system that they had there only had 30 channels, and none of it was true crime. So I stumbled upon the movie Hoosiers, and I watched the last hour of the game, and I got to say, that movie sucks.
Hoosiers?
It sucked in the 80s. It sucks now. The whole thing about you got to pass the ball 4 times, irrespective if you're wide open underneath the basket, is stupid coaching, Joe.
Oh my God.
That is arrogant, narcissistic coaching that Gene Hackman's character had. And the whole thing about the father of the kid that was a drunk and all that stuff, I felt no emotion towards him. I was like, oh, well, he's just a drunk, dude. I mean, that's drunks do what drunks do. That movie was overrated, man. And then they get to the championship game. And was it Jimmy Chitwood? That was his name, the star player. Yeah. They design a play for the second best shooter on the team to take the game-winning shot, not Jimmy Chitwood. You know what they remind me of? Top benching Tim Duncan on the Ray Allen 3-point shot in Miami. Like I don't know. Playing defense, maybe you have the best defensive player you've ever had in this team ever. Maybe that all NBA defensive player. You maybe want him in the game. Maybe to rebound. He's 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of. I was like, oh my God, now I'm pissed off at Pop again. Hoosier sucks, dude. The whole thing sucks.
The whole thing.
Tony Ornella saying, Joe is like Joe Pesci. Am I a clown? Do I entertain you? Am I here to entertain you?
Oh, we got a hater in the chat today, Mike. It's funny.
Oh, we did.
That's how we know we made it. You made it when you get your haters. And this hater is saying, "Go jogging, idiots." Well, we're getting stronger. We're both actually losing weight. So you know what? Baby. Cry harder, ho. Cry harder.
Cry harder. Go get 2,640 subscribers. See what happens. See what happens.
No, we don't block the haters. We let them talk.
I'll be at Crunch Fitness tonight, Joe, getting my weights on. I'm excited. Get some go get Crunch Fitness and then go get the crunchy tacos thereafter. Now Chica made me some good. Chica made me the chicken salad, dude, which is really good. And then she has me eating chicken and rice and white rice for lunch. So she made Daddy some meals. Is what she did. Super chat coming in from Drew Show.
Yeah, thank you, Drew Show. Drew Show, official bank of the Area 210. Appreciate you, Drew, for the $5 super chat.
He says, Joe, Mike just jinxed this team with a 2014 team take. See what happens when you don't buy Mike a guisada taco when he asks? Hot take gremlin.
The hot take gremlin. I like that.
I like it. You know what? My favorite thing is we have these people who come out and say, I only say things for clicks.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Nah, I don't know.
Like Twitter clicks count towards something? I don't get it. Like the whole situation about that racist woman at the Spurs game asking the question, how all these crazy Hispanic fans over here, how can they afford it? And I pointed out that, yeah, she's shady and she's a jackass and all that stuff. But so is the person who actually videotaped it over her shoulder. Why are you looking at someone else's text? Even if it's a big font, that doesn't give you the right to look at someone's text.
Mike, when you pull out your camera in a big public space, anybody can see what you're doing. Anybody. It's fair game
Anybody
at that
can,
point.
but guess what? Guess what? You be an effing adult and don't look.
Nobody's
And
like
even-
that though, Mike.
Well, you know what? That's more. It says more about them and society and the people who think that it's okay
Oh,
than it does
my
about me.
God.
I'm sorry if I'm more refined, dude. I'm sorry if I'm more of a gentleman. I'm sorry if I respect people's space and privacy. The whole idea of, well, you're in the public. You know
You
what?
are in the public.
The whole you're in the public means, does that mean that if a woman bends over because they're in public, I can just take a photo? Is that what that means? They're in public. They bent over in public. No. There are certain respect factors that are there.
But you're
Just
forgetting.
mind your own effing
You're
business, is what I'm
forgetting where
saying.
you're at, Mike. You're at a Spurs
It
game. and
doesn't change. Doesn't matter if it's a concert. If you're at a concert, then
doesn't
you can grab someone's ass because you're in a concert. You know
People-
why?
people
Because that
are gonna
happened at
do
a concert
this.
that I was at Fiesta, and the guy got his ass kicked by me.
Oh my God, dude.
2005 Fiesta, baby, 20 years ago. We'll celebrate this year.
You're looking at my screen.
Yeah, Joe. Okay, so let's say that you're texting somebody at the Spurs
Oh.
game, and you see somebody behind you going. Let me zoom in to see what you're texting. That you'd be okay with it?
I'm at a public place, man. If I'm bringing out my
but
phone,
your phone that you're holding up to yourself.
if I'm holding the phone up, Mike, it's not just for me. Everyone can see it,
No, if the woman was like this, Joe,
bro.
she was like this. She was
How
not
old was
like
she?
this.
How old
She
was
was
she,
not
Mike?
like this. Who gives a shit?
And she's old
You-
because
everyone
she
does-
has to
everyone-
pick up her phone to see it. She has it far away from her because she can't see close up, and she's texting.
And why
And
is somebody
saw it.
videotaping? Why is some jackass
Public domain.
videotaping it? It's not
Public domain, bro.
It's
Public
not
domain.
Then you know what, Joe? The public domain is woman bends over. She's in public. Take a photo. Public domain.
Mike.
It's the same concept, Joe. It's the exact same concept. Why is one not different than the other? It's the same concept, Joe, right?
God, man.
You know what?
Mike's over here.
If you drop your wallet, I can then just grab the money and take it out because, well, shit, it's public domain. It hit the ground. No. Respect people's space. Was she a jackass? Is she a racist? Yes. But the person who videotaped it is just as much of a jackass, maybe even more because they were publicly a jackass where she was being a jackass in private.
Oh my God, Mike. Let's keep it moving. Get off the soapbox. Let's
Cap
keep it moving.
Sutan says font size don't matter. It's true.
Yeah, Mike defending old Karens. He's saying racist lives matter. Let's move on.
Racist lives matter.
That's what you're saying, bro. That's the message.
Do you care about about March Madness, Joe?
I do. I mean, Texas is playing, bro.
Okay, let's talk about March Madness on the other side. Let's give some love to our good friends over at Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. They have that great bar area there. They hosted us about a few weeks ago when it came to our podcast party. The great bar area overlooks the Riverwalk. Good for date night. The weather's nice, Joe. We're now officially in spring. Let's give some love to our good friends at Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio.
The Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic drafts, and $6 craft import drafts at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the third level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Very nice. Do a fantastic job. Thank you so much for hosting our event. We're going to have another one in April, more than likely, when it comes to the NFL draft, which is going to be on a Thursday night. Fake Killer comes out and says, if she wasn't doing anything bad, it wouldn't have gone viral, Mike. Well, okay, let's take those words there. If she wasn't doing anything bad, wouldn't that mean the person spying on her would be doing something bad? Because, again, if it was innocuous, if it was nothing, if she was typing in there her grocery list, if she was typing in there something to her husband or whatnot, that was just simple. The person doing this over her shoulder, zooming in, would be considered what? An asshole. But he's an effing hero because he caught something racist. That's hypocritical. That's what I'm talking about. That's hypocritical. So she said something private that was racist. Guess what? If we concern ourselves with people being racist, guess what? 3 out of 10 people driving by you don't have auto insurance, and 3 out of 10 people walking by you are racist. It is what it is, man. And say, oh, well, Michael he must have gone to Alamo Heights and he's setting up for the Karens. You know what it is? I'm evolved to the point where I don't give a crap if someone's racist. Because you know why? F them. They don't impact me. They don't impact my income. They don't impact my family. They don't impact my relationship with my wife. They don't impact my relationship with my kids or my love for the Spurs. Guess what they do? They will be judged by a higher power at some point in their lives or the afterlife. Why would I give a crap if someone's racist? You know what? You know what? There were 3,000 other fans out there who believed exactly what she thought. You know what? Who cares? Racist people are everywhere. They will be there today, tomorrow, and forever, dude. It doesn't matter. It doesn't impact anybody. But again, if she was doing nothing and that dude was peeping over her shoulder doing this, trying to see what she was doing, he'd be an ass. But because he spotted something that you don't like, suddenly he's a hero? Have some standards. That's what I'm saying. Have some standards.
So we have some super chats from the Drew Show, and then we need to move on from this subject.
Here comes the money.
And he's saying, A, saying crazy Latinos is racist. You don't know if the lady, B, he says, you don't know if the lady was Latina too. C, you and Joe comment about the poorest. C, Latino isn't a race. He has another one. He has another one. Thank you, Drew, for that $5 chat. Got another $10 super chat from the Drew
Why
Show.
is this going to end up on the current? I got a feeling that Puro is watching this right now.
You're giving him gold. And thank you for the $10 super chat, Drew Show. Here is a tenner for those gritos and a Peacock subscription, $10.
the Peacock, okay, the Peacock subscription. That's one of our best super chats in a while, dude. That's nice.
Peacock, dude. I mean, come on, man. Y'all can't afford $10 for the Peacock? Come on. But you know what? Those the Peacock and like was it Paramount Plus? Paramount Plus is going to wind up going up, like I said, because now they acquired Warner Brothers, right? All those the licenses that Warner Brothers owns for the movie rights and all that.
Yeah.
HBO, that's going to be part of Paramount now. So what is that going to do? Because you have like HBO Plus was like at $9.99 at one time, and then it's gone up. Peacock started off like at $5.99, and that's gone up. You combine the two together, you're looking more like around $20 a month just for Paramount Plus now.
You know, it's funny how these streaming networks kind of like they like we have our rankings of networks, right? So I'm gonna ask you, Joe, list your top 5 in order streaming services, because it's funny because I think that they change every 6 months.
The one that I really watch, and I gotta be honest with you, is probably like Amazon Prime. And I watch it because now they have live TV. The other one that I watch a lot of is probably going to be like Paramount Plus. And then I watch Netflix, HBO, and the Peacock. But usually my go-tos, especially for sports like March Madness, you're going to be watching HBO. You're going to be watching Paramount Plus a lot. And that's what I watch. I watch that a lot to watch some of these games, you know?
Right. I got into Paramount Plus because I wanted to watch Landman. I think it's the one I wanted to watch, right? Watched Landman for a few episodes. Chica didn't want to watch anymore because it's too cochino. So that's just not her. That's not her thing. So I'm there with Paramount Plus, and I wanted because they're the people, the Taylor Sheridan shows, the Yellowstones, 1923 and all that stuff. It's on Paramount Plus. I got on there because I had Paramount before, and it sucked.
Yeah.
A year and a half later, it's now one of the best streaming services out there because now they have all the good movies on there. I got into Peacock because I didn't realize on Super Bowl Sunday that I didn't have it. I didn't have Fubo.
Because you don't have an over-the-air antenna. That's your fault.
Yes, over the antennas.
People do, Mike.
Only
People do.
The poors do. But here's the thing, Joe.
No, the rich people do because they don't know how to. Poors only put it on one antenna. I put it on all the TVs that I have in my house. My whole house is wired for HD.
Okay. By the way, I just realized how white my teeth are.
Yeah.
because I got tanned over the weekend in Miami. By the way, if we mockingly say the pores, by the way, for those who are new to the show, okay,
Those are the ones that are always over on the social media, on Facebook especially, before every single Spurs game. Where are the Spurs playing today? Can someone tell me? Like they
yeah,
can't Google
okay,
it on the phone. And it's so expensive to watch them. I need another subscription to the Peacock. You can't afford $9.99 a month. Come
we're
on.
not mocking those
Come
who are
on,
paycheck to
Mike.
paycheck or those who are
Bro,
struggling.
they spend more
We
than that
mock
at
the
the
ones
bar.
who complain like Joe is
No,
saying.
Mike,
We
they
refer
go
to
buy a
those
six-pack,
people as
it's
the
more than
pores.
that. Come on. A six-pack of beer is more than that, man. Come on now.
Sam
I
is
need
going,
a
what?
link.
Mike's watching Paramount Plus after hours? What does that mean? Am I missing something? I'll look that up.
Oh, God. I love Joe Stia's voice. Mocking la gente. No, bro. You see it all the time on Facebook. What channel's the game on? You have a phone. Google it. It's stupid. It takes you time to post, right? That particular thing that you're putting out there on Facebook, and all that time that you use to go ahead and say, what channel is the game on tonight? Can someone tell me? You could have Googled it.
Right.
Be
By
done
the
with
way,
it.
I like this comment that Shadowfall put down. Shadowfall 007 says the reason Mike turns a blind eye to racism is because he's a financial advisor and a majority of his clients are racist boomers. So he has a bootlick for them because he loves that money. Well, I do love money, dude. That is why I'm in business for myself and I am self-employed. But I will say this though.
That
I
was a good
think,
segue.
yeah, if you want to make more money, give me a call 210-508-0369. Personal cell, it rings this number 210-508-0369 if you have questions about investing, life insurance, long-term care. Last night yesterday I was in San Antonio. I had 5 client meetings in San Antonio yesterday. Meeting with people who are doing new investments, people who are one woman who lost her husband who passed away, working with that family, getting things organized, people having questions about taxes and things like that. Give me a call 210-508-0369. I'm not a CPA or anything like that, but people having questions about their own investments when it comes to taxation of it all. The thing is that I have a lot of clients who are very liberal. I have a lot of clients who are very conservative. To me, it's not my job to call balls and strikes when I meet with a client. I don't tell them my personal opinion on politics because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's can I do a good job for somebody? So if somebody I don't agree with politically, if I only did work with people who I agreed with politically, I would lose half my money. So that makes no sense. I think the one thing that has turned, and it's not turning a blind eye, it's putting my head on straight, is meeting Chica, my wife Francesca. We've come to the conclusion that really there's only a few things that should matter in life, like the tier 1 of things. And it used to be that so many things were my tier 1. Like I wanted to impress this, impress that. I want to do this, do that. But at the end of the day, guess what? It's about the relationship I have with my wife, the relationship I have with my kids, our parents, our siblings, and then everything else falls into place, and our work, right? Take care of what's on top, and then everything else comes into form. And then you get to spend time with your friends. You get to spend time doing a podcast. You get to spend time doing this, that, and the other, and have that support. But I will say this, though. If you worry about what other people think, then you're actually stepping over your own toes, tripping over your own feet when it comes to it all, because you cannot force to make people think what you think. Evolve to the point where you're like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on me and my family. And if someone's going to be racist or a jackass or whatever, F them. But don't let it ruin your day. We have people on the chat who are very, very nice to us. Some who are very mean and very critical. Guess what, Joe? I remember hearing this in the past. I was as critical as people were with me when I was on Sports Star and here. Like Michael doesn't react to criticism. He doesn't react to people calling him fat. They don't react to people calling him stupid or bad takes or whatever. You know why? Because at the end of the day, I have a hot wife. At the end of the day, I love my friends. At the end of the day, I've got a wonderful family. I've got great kids, and I have a good life. And at the end of the day, nothing can be said about me or at me or to me that is going to ruin my day. Because at the end of the day, I love the fact that we have our sponsors. I love the fact that we have our listeners and all that. But at the end of the day, I focus on what's important in life. And what's important in life is certain things. And I encourage everybody else to focus on what's important to them, because then everything else falls into place. That's all I'm saying.
We have an incoming super chat from Jason.
Here comes the money.
Thank you, Jason, for the $4.99 super chat. He says, "Chunkla for Mike. Get off your soapbox, and we're gonna give you a chunkla.
Goodness.
Give him the chunkla."
Why'd you go with a hot wife? I think I have a hot wife.
There, you get the
Oh, I have a
chunkla.
hot wife.
So we have another incoming super chat, and we got two actually coming in from the Drew Show. So, Drew Show, thank you again for your super chats. We're gonna read them now. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Drew Show, the official bank of the Area 210 podcast. He goes, "Mike, take it easy. A few more shades, either way, on the tan or the teeth. You're looking like a Ross on Friends, soon to be Peacock / HBO Max." And he got another one coming in too. Thank you, Drew Show.
Here comes the money.
Says, "You owe me 2 gritos now." The Sitco guy, yes. Drew
Oh
Show.
yeah,
Play the
the
Sitco guy.
barking dog in the background.
Yeah, the Sitco. That's the guy that plays. That's wanting to fight everyone. We're gonna.
Donde pegan toda pura verga, se trepan a la verga. Mira.
The Sitco guy always kills me, man. He's probably still there in the front of the store too, man.
Yeah. I enjoy the Sitco guy. I enjoy the who do I enjoy more, the Sitco guy or the old man at Market Square?
I don't
The
know.
old
You
guy at
like
Market Square. I remember James Pledger making fun of that guy because he goes, "Bet that thing was 26 seconds long. That's like the longest grito of all time."
It's not even that long. It's barely like a couple seconds. It's like 20 seconds, maybe not even that long. It just seems that it takes for eternity to finish. Well, let's go ahead and give some love too, Mike. We got to give some love to PF Chang's. So let's do that, and then we'll come back and talk some more sports. Let's talk opening day when we get back. You excited for baseball, Mike? I know you're not. PF Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of PF Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. PF Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Craft cocktails collection over there at PF Chang's La Cantera, lychee martini, jade margarita. They've got the mule. They've got some very good drinks out there. I was talking about PF Chang's to a client of mine yesterday, who did mention that she likes going to PF Chang's pretty frequently, and was like, "Who's this Sean guy you keep talking about?" I'm like, "Well, Sean's one of my best friends. Sean is also one of the big wigs over at PF Chang's La Cantera. He helps co-host the show from time to time when I can't make it on vacation or whatnot. So go visit Sean over at PF Chang's La Cantera. It's a great cocktail collection. It's good food. It's a good environment. It's good for date night. Or if you want to just take a break, man, you know, wifey wants to take you to the mall, La Cantera. Say, "Babe, after 2 hours, can we just make our way to PF Chang's, get a cocktail, get some apps, go do something, go tell them the Area 210 podcast sent you over there." Joe, my thing about baseball is there's no salary cap. Okay, there's no salary cap. And I just clicked on an article right here from CBS Sports. I know nothing about baseball anymore. I used to know everything about baseball from the years 1985 when I was 8 years old, watching Ryan Sandberg, Leon Durham, Keith Moreland, Greg Maddux, the Hawk, Andre Dawson. Why I still remember the Cubs lineup, I don't know. Leon Durham was at first. It was Leon Durham was at first. It was Ryan Sandberg at second. It was Sean Dunston at third. You had Moreland at Sean Dunston at short, Moreland at third. Jody Davis was catch. Why I still remember this, I don't know. Going on to becoming a Rangers fan and all that. I fell off baseball about 10 years ago, though I do love going to Astros and Rangers games, when I'm there. I know nothing about it, but I know this. I know who spends money. So I'm looking at the odds of who's going to win the World Series this year, Joe.
Who?
Without looking at it, I'm going to bet the best odds to win. I haven't looked at this yet, Joe. I just clicked on it. I'm going to say the Dodgers. And then I'm going to say the Yankees are 2. And then I'm going to say the Red Sox are 3. And then I'll say, I don't know, the Giants are 4. Okay. Number 1 odds to win the World Series, the Dodgers at 2-1 odds. Yay! What do you mean? The team that spends more than everybody combined has the best odds to win the World Series? No crap. The Yankees are number 2. Look at Joe. I'm so smart.
Yankees, God.
Mariners, Mets, New York, 13-1 odds, and then the Philly, and the Red Sox. So I got 4 out of the 5.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
I like the Red Sox.
Wait, without looking, the teams with the worst odds are going to be Milwaukee,
Rangers,
Kansas City, the A's, wherever they play, Sacramento. Now I think they play in Sacramento. I'm going to say the Devil Rays and the Marlins. Worst odds are... Oh, I'm wrong. Well, the Marlins are one of the worst ones. The Angels, Cardinals, White Sox, Rockies, and Nationals. I don't know, man. It's just baseball, dude.
Let me go ahead and fix this thing real quick. The audio change.
There we are. Everything's back to normal now. So one of the things I was going to talk about here is talk about opening day for one. But, you have this slate of great games coming up, right? And everybody's always looking to see your favorite team is playing. Me, I like the Boston Red Sox. They tip off at 4:10 p.m. And, of course, everybody here in Texas, they like to see their Texas Rangers. That's going to tip off at 4:15 p.m. And then the Astros, Mike. God, man. I never thought I'd do this, Mike. I might have to be an Astros fan. They're going to be my Sancha team this season, right?
Well, who's your main squeeze when it comes to baseball?
Boston Red Sox. Boston Red Sox are my main team.
It was a great looking hat, dude. That's the best looking hat in all of sports. Is the Boston Red Sox blue with the red lettering and the white outline on the B. Yeah. Classic look, dude. Classic look.
Dude. I love it, dude. I've been a Boston Red Sox fan since I was a kid. Now I'm going to have a Sancha team, and that's going to be the Astros. They're going to kick off at 4:10 p.m. I have to be an Astros fan this season because Myra made me.
Nice.
She made me be an Astros fan.
Women weaken the legs and change your mind, Joe. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to choose as my fandom because Joe. Chica put forth the effort, man. She's gone with me to see the Spurs game in Houston. She took me to Miami for my birthday to watch the Spurs, right?
Yeah.
She asked, she goes, I'll be a diehard Spurs fan. I'll go to the games. You got to cheer for my Astros is what she said. So I will. So because Chica says that I need to adopt the Astros, I'm going to adopt the Astros as my team this year for the baseball season, right?
Yeah.
My Sancho team will be the Padres because they're affiliated. Correct me if I'm wrong with the Missions, right? So you have Fernando Tatis Jr. and all that. So very, very, very nice.
Yeah. So we got some pictures that are being sent to us via the media share. So we're going to address these real quick as well because you all send us stuff. We're going to be gracious enough to show it. So this is going to be courtesy of Tex-Mex Frank. And if you haven't followed Tex-Mex Frank, make sure you go and follow him. And this is what he's putting up there on the X. He says, "Good morning, amigos and amigas." And I like that. It's the alien thing. It's kind of his thing that he's been doing lately. And you see where it says speed limit X'd out, 55 wins. We're on our way to 55 wins, Mike. And then we got another one. This one, I believe, was by Jason Garcia. And he put this.
Joe, I'm going to need you to fly solo for about a minute or so. I got a phone call I need to take real fast, man. I apologize.
All right. That's no problem. I'll go ahead and bounce you out real quick. We'll hide Mike for a couple of seconds here so he can go ahead and take his call. But what were we talking about? How many players can you name on the Boston Red Sox? No mames con eso. what is it with women in baseball? Some women like baseball. That's pretty cool, man. I think it's cool when women love sports. Yes, I've been to New York. Yes, I've been there several games. Don't play with me. Speaking of AI, did you all pour some out for Sora? Oh my God. I heard about that. They're gonna shut down. They're shuttering their doors here over at Sora. I heard about that. If you know, you know. It's an AI platform that is going to be no more, sadly. But what else do you all want to talk about, man? Besides just, opening day here. Do y'all have any traditions for opening day? Do you all like take off of work, or what is it that you all do to watch your favorite teams play? Because opening day games, sometimes they're kind of early, and that's what we're seeing right now. These are like midday games. So people are normally at work. Like me, I'm going to be at work. I'm still going to have to probably have both games on at the same time because I'll be watching, of course, the Boston Red Sox on the big screen that's right above my desk, but also on the smaller screen, I'll probably have the Astros game going on too. So I'll be watching that. But do y'all have any traditions, anything that y'all do for opening day? If you do, put them in the chat here. We'll put them up on the screen. Just let us know. But Spurs tickets, that's another thing that we're going to talk about real quick. The Spurs tickets are going to be going on sale to the general public. I know that they've already been available or made available to season ticket holders. And I've been hearing through the grapevine that these tickets are not cheap. So if you're going to buy Spurs tickets, expect to pay a premium. I'd say in the neighborhood of anywhere between $250 to $300, maybe even more. And these are going to be probably just for the upper level. They're not talking about sitting in the lower bowl. Those are probably going to be a lot more. But just be warned, it's going to be the pricing that everybody hates that Ticketmaster goes through now. Where if the demand is high, they go ahead and increase the ticket price. So unfortunately, ticket prices for these games are going to be quite high, which means there's going to be a lot of opportunities for some Spurs watch parties to be had. I've already seen a lot of flyers, and I see a lot of businesses around town hosting watch parties. I think that's probably going to be a move for a lot of fans. I'm thinking that the Rock over at La Cantera, the Spurs practice facility out there, will probably have some watch parties themselves during the playoffs, especially for the away games. So that's another big hit for the fans. But we'll have to get together, man, and figure out what we're going to do. Where are we going to watch these games when they hit the road? Because it'd be cool to hang out with everybody. So we'll have to coordinate a time and a place. Maybe we go and watch it together at Little Woodrow's, or where do you all want to go and watch these Spurs games? If you have a neighborhood sports bar maybe in mind, something like that. Or maybe over at the Hard Rock. The only thing is that the parking. And I get that. So we'll have to think about that one, man, especially as the playoffs near. Where are we going to watch these away games or even some of the home games? Because I can't afford to go ahead and have pay for every single playoff game. That's going to be quite expensive. Oh, look at, they're headed to Pluckers. I like Pluckers at Alone Ranch. I've been there. And look at this. It says Cincinnati and a Spurs fan. Awesome. And it says, Joe, have you heard any rumblings about who's going to broadcast the Spurs next year? Yes, actually, the league has already addressed this, and everybody doesn't seem to understand what's going on. So everybody's looking at FanDuel, and you're seeing your normal, guys that call the game, which is going to be Sean Elliott. You have Jacob Toby on there. And you're looking at these games that are coming up, and you're probably honestly watching the last bit of Sean Elliott and Jacob Toby together on FanDuel. And the reason behind that is next year they're going to be moving away from FanDuel. And I've heard that the NBA is trying to make some deals with some networks to go ahead and actually broadcast the local or regional sports as a package now. So that means that if FanDuel is going away, you're going to have to go ahead and pay more. I know they can't do it directly on like Amazon or anything like that because they already have a licensing agreement with them to go ahead and show the games. So more than likely, it's going to be either another platform. I know that they've been talking with DAZN and all that. So we're going to see what the NBA decides to do because they're trying to sell this as an entire package and they're trying to include more teams. So expect to pay more of a premium to watch your San Antonio Spurs play basketball. The platform, though, that's yet to be discussed or even like teased about yet. I know that the last time was DAZN, but enjoy the last couple games that you have with both Sean Elliott and Jacob Toby, because more than likely, I doubt if they'll be back again next season. I'm just saying.
That is awful, Joe, because I like Jacob Toby. He does a
I do
fantastic
too.
job. Does a fantastic job. Joe, kind of like James Brown with all of his costume changes. I made a costume change, Joe.
The Astros.
Chica and I forgot. Chica and I bought these jerseys last time we went to an Astros game. So here I am in my Jeremy Pena
Hey.
jersey. Am I wearing an undershirt on that jersey? No, I'm not. You don't need to wear undershirts here because you're not like the NBA where you have to move up the arms. Apologize for the phone call, by the way. We're in the middle of selling a property, and we were getting phone calls about that. So when the bank calls and says, "Hey, by the way, we're closing on property. You need to answer the damn phone." I had to answer the damn phone, so I apologize for that. So
No big deal.
everything's going swimmingly when it comes to it all. But
We're talking about opening day and any traditions that anybody has for opening day. Like, what do you do? Because a lot of the games are in the middle of the day. They're like at 3 and 4 o'clock. And you're usually working. Like me, I work from home. So I'm going to go ahead and have the Boston Red Sox game up on the main screen and the Astros game probably in the smaller screen off to the side somewhere. But Sean's going to be over at Pluckers. And we're talking about, Mike, what are we going to be doing for the Spurs and their playoff run? Because the tickets are going to go on sale. More than likely, they're going to be anywhere from about $250 to $300 for nosebleed tickets, right? To watch a Spurs game in the playoffs. Now, not everyone can afford that, including myself. I can't go and pay $300 for each ticket every single game. Like that adds up to quite a bit. But the consolation prize, Mike, since everybody's excited to watch Spurs basketball, maybe we have a watch party, away game or home game. Maybe we have a place that we come out and just say, hey, whether it's not an official thing, but just to go ahead and watch the game with the gente,
I think it'd be better for it to be a road game because, it'd be better for a road game. We've had it in the past over at Pete's Place over there in Helotes. That was fun. We want to find some place more centralized because some people can't make it all the way to Helotes because some people won't go from the south side to the north side or vice versa.
Yeah.
I think the most centralized area is kind of like North Star. Do you know what might actually be a good place, Joe? Rock and Brews.
Yeah. Over there off of 10 and 1604. That's not a bad place. But I mean, I don't know. I have to go and take a look at it. But I know that there's a lot of little venues that they have around town that have like a nice outdoor area. Pete's Place was one of them, but that one's way out there in the Lotus. Little Woodrow's is another one that's nice and open over here off of Culebra and 1604.
But it's also again it's a little weather dependent. Also,
hopefully the weather's. And the thing is, how hot is it going to be? Preferably, we'd want a venue inside just to go ahead and take the elements out of the equation. But we'll take a look. We do have some incoming super chats. And this is $1.99 from Jason Garcia. Chancla again from Mike wearing that jersey. Because Jason is a Boston Red Sox fan, just like me.
I have been an Astros fan for about 7 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I spent a lot of money on this one, too.
Yeah. Chica made you become an Astros fan.
Look at that tan right there, Joe. Look at that tan.
Oh, God. We got another incoming super chat. Thank you, Drew Show, the official bank of the Area 210. He says, stuff in your face with kolaches and cold beer in Astros Park is a rite of passage in Houston. If you know, you know.
It's fun going to games, man. But did I ever tell you that our first date with me and Chica was at an Astros game? And beyond all that, she makes fun of me because of what I did at the Astros game. Red flag. I threw a red flag up when we went to the game. The red flag was basically I drank a bad beer.
Oh.
She's drinking a Michelada, and I'm over here drinking, one of those raspberry beers. I'll show her. I'm looking for the photo right now, Joe. But she gives me crap about that. She goes, I should never have dated you after that.
Because you drank a bad beer?
Well, I drank a beer that was like, I don't know. I mean, it's not like a seltzer, but it may as well have been.
Yeah.
I know it's gross, Joe.
That's
what do you go? What do you get when you go to the games out there? Whether it be you're a Red Sox fan. Have you ever been to Fenway?
I have. Get just a stale hot dog and a cold beer is good. Just a regular old beer. Usually you can get your like Budweiser products out there. Modelos, stuff like that. I'm not gonna drink no Bud Light, bro. So no, I'm good. But a stale hot dog and a beer is a good day, man. You know, you don't want to eat too much out there because then you're going to miss a lot of the game because you're going to have to stand in line and go to the bathroom and wait in the line. And then by the time you come back, what happened? What did I miss? You know, so it's like you got to watch your intake when you're at the game, man. I know everybody likes to go out there and just slam them down. I'm not that kind of guy. I like to go out there and have like maybe 1 or 2 beers, but I like to enjoy the game, enjoy the scenery and all that that's out there. You know, pay attention to what's going on.
Joe, I'm sending you on the media share right now.
Ugh, Bush Light, no sir, man. That's nasty, dude. Caca water.
Joe, let me send you. I sent you a photo on the media share. Tell me if you got it.
All right, it'll be coming through here.
This was
Takes a
Tika
couple
and I
minutes.
on our
There it
first date, and she makes fun of this picture to this
okay.
day because of what I was drinking on our
Jeez,
first
bro.
date.
That's
Our
not a
first date,
manly
we had
drink.
known each other over the phone for a month and a half before we met, and I had a business trip to Houston, so we met
Bud
up
Light
there.
Seltzer, flavor burst, wild. Was it no black cherry?
Black cherry flavor burst seltzer on our
No,
first
my
date.
God,
Well, she's
dude.
drinking a Modelo Michelada.
She's drinking more of a man beer than you are, Mike. What's up with that, dude?
And you know what the funny thing about our seats, Joe?
No.
Our seats were handicap only seats.
Jeez, bro.
We were
That's
sitting up
even
with all the people
worse.
on the wheelchairs because I bought my tickets incorrectly online. I didn't know that it was just it's a wheelchair accessible. So I thought to myself, oh, they just have ramps. No, that was for those in wheelchairs. They gave us folding chairs. They put us out with the wheelchair people.
Oh my God, dude. That's nasty, dude. Oh, and Sean's in here. This is an inside joke for us. He goes, Joe, drinking Alex beer. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
What's an Alex beer?
Well, you have to come to the parties to see, Mike. You have to see
Joe,
it in
I've gone to
person.
those parties. What did I miss?
No. I have to tell you off air. I'm not going to embarrass Alex like that. But yeah, he has a tradition. He has a tradition, and I'll tell you about it. But you got to go to the party so you can see, like, right when the parties, when we're deciding to finally say, you know what, let's kind of bring things to an end, start winding down. Alex has a tradition that he does, and I'll tell you off air.
I miss it a lot between the Alex beer,
Yeah.
karaoke, the jackhammer dance,
Yeah.
and all. I'm apparently missing a lot.
You're out of the circle right now. You need to get back into the circle.
I'm out of the circle.
You need to get back into the circle.
Joe, if you move out to Conroe, it's gonna be the funniest thing ever, man. We'll be doing it from the 936.
936. The Area 936 podcast. God, man.
Alex
right,
is
Mike.
offline, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to embarrass my boy like that. Like he's still waiting. Like Mario Cavazos, I'm still waiting to Alex to invite me over to
Hey,
one of his
man,
parties.
Mario and Imelda are good people. To Alex, give them the invite.
Alex and Jen, they're good people, good friends.
You know what? We should have an Area 210 beach party with Jimenez.
No Jimenez Beach Bash. We should do one with you, Mike. I agree with that. But we have to go ahead and plan that out. Maybe what we're gonna do, Corpus, Whitecap Beach, because if you do Galveston, that's caca water, dude. You go to Rockford and you do the Blue Wave Beach out there, that's caca water. They have more Ecolite content in those beaches than they do at the Whitecap Beach.
Yeah, but then you also have the thing going on when it comes to Padre National Seashore had all those needles wash up shore,
Ugh.
like from Mexico. You know, all the thrown away needles from like
Dude,
hospitals and whatnot.
There's so much stuff in there, man. You either that or what are you gonna do? Mustang Island over there by Padre Island. I mean,
Yeah.
or not Padre, but Port Aransas, you know. So it's like, I don't know, dude. We'll have to figure that one out. We have to have at least a family-friendly beach.
Most definitely, brother.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll
I have to
bring
let
them
you
in.
go. I'm getting Malachi Beach is what Mario's saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll have an event in April for the draft. We'll have an event in May for the playoffs, the NBA playoffs. Come hang out with us, man. It's gonna be good times,
Yeah.
dude. It's gonna be
Be
good
fun.
times. Everyone have a fantastic day. Thank you so much to PF Chang's La Cantera and Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio for sponsoring today's show. Thank you for all the super chats. Don't forget to visit and get credit card services from the bank, the official bank of the Area 210 podcast, The Drew Show. Thank you so much for being part of our show as well. We'll be back tomorrow. Go Spurs, go, baby.
Yeah. We'll see you boys tomorrow. We're out. Peace.